Yo, what up, YouTube? I'm back, level 12 genius again. This a live video. I just feel like doing it live. But yeah, the name of this video, I was gonna call this video James Gunn is hilarious, but that's pretty much played out. We all know what happened to James Gunn. He got fired by Disney for making jokes, and I like James Gunn for what he did with the Guardians series, but I was happy. What up, OJ Simpson? This is Level 12 Genius channel, so I'm talking strictly about comic books on here. I'm not gonna talk about Lamar Wills or none of them other a-holes. So I was actually glad to see that he got fired. And I like James Gunn, and this is why I was glad to see James Gunn got fired by Disney, because I'm a DC fan. And so if Disney's done with him, you better believe Warner Brothers finna pick that nigga up and they finna put him on the job. What up, Beyonder? I ain't talked to you in a minute. I've been working, you been working. Yeah, I'm on my level 12. I was getting ready to make a video on my other channel doing that old fuckery and nigger shit, but I said, no, I'm gonna do a video that's about something I really want to talk about. And this video kind of late, but back to what I was saying, I was actually happy to see James Gunn got fired by Disney, not because I don't like him, it's the opposite. I had been wanting to see James Gunn come over to Warner Brothers since I first saw Guardians. When I first saw Guardians, I said, man, I could only imagine what he would have done with a Green Lantern property. And people keep comparing Green Lantern and the Guardians to the same. Well, they keep saying he should do Green Lantern. I think he'll be a good on the Green Lantern, but I think James Gunn will be also good on Shazam. And I put a picture of Justice League. I think he'll actually be the best on Justice League, because Justice League is a team book, like the Guardians. And he took one movie and he fleshed all the Guardians out in one film. One film he did that and made you care about the Guardians. Well, a lot of stuff. It's gonna be if he go to DC, it's gonna be a game changer. Like I say, if he go and do Shazam, which Shazam got a director, and I'm glad to see Shazam getting that on that big screen treatment. It's about time, and it's overdue for Martian Manhunter to get that treatment. But my choice would be to see him go and do Suicide Squad or Justice League, some kind of team book. Now, I'm not saying I don't want to see him do Green Lantern either, but that's my first choice. That's why I named the video James Gunn Will Return. In them comic book movies, at the end of the movie, they'll say, well, Superman will return, Captain America. So James Gunn gonna return. So I want to see him do Justice League myself. I could just see what he would do to a character like the Flash or Wonder, or even Superman, Wonder Woman. Then on top of that, I think the Guardians cast, they got released. So guess what? I could easily see Dave Bautista come over to hell yeah, Chris, you better believe Warner Brothers. Man, as soon as they knew that he was fired officially, you better believe Warner Brothers sent him over a limousine with some prostitutes. Believe that. They sent this nigga a big ass. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy on hold. But like I say, James Gunn, that's the game changer right there. And also, James Gunn was actually planning out the whole Marvel universe. He was like one of the guys who's gonna architect the universe. So you get an artist like him. Joss Whedon went over. I don't know what happened with Joss Whedon. He was trying to do Zack Snyder's movie. And I'm gonna tell you this. It's a good scenario. Zack Snyder is a good cinematographer. He's a good visualist. Can't nobody outdo Zack Snyder when it comes to visuals. But I would love to see him go over to Marvel. Before they made Ragnarok, I was hoping that Zack Snyder would do a Thor movie, because he do a lot of gritty visuals. Yeah, Whedon was put in a box, but Whedon, there's a lot of stuff Whedon took away from that movie too. I can't really clown Whedon. Cause he did the first Avengers and the second one, and Marvel they ran him out of there because I think they came in and they took over his movie and made him add stuff to the second Avengers, what made it stupid. That whole middle section in Thor in that hot tub. Yeah, Infinity War 1 was mind blowing, let alone part 2. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Just League was a decent movie. It wasn't as good as it could have been, but it was decent. But that's Warner Brothers' fault. First off, Warner Brothers, they started off with that Green Lantern. Even though it wasn't the best movie, they should have left it alone and made that part of the canon. And then they should have went on and did Man of Steel. Man of Steel is actually a good movie. When I first saw it, it was okay. I didn't like that they used dark colors, but it was actually a decent movie. So you had Green Lantern and you had Man of Steel, and then what Warner Brothers did, I think Warner Brothers, I don't know what the hell Warner Brothers doing. I can't say. If Warner Brothers sell off DC, I think it'd be good if they sell it to somebody who actually care about the shit. They need to sell DC to me for $1 and let me handle it. Let me have it, and let me actually do something with it. But so you had Man of Steel. And then it was 3 years in between Man of Steel and BVS. So if you use the Marvel mold, Marvel was making 2 movies a year. So between Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, you could have potentially had 6 movies. And me, I say do 2.5 movies a year. So every 2 years you're getting 5 movies. So you could have had like 8 movies, 7 or 8 movies. But let's stick with the 2 movie. You could have between Man of Steel, you could have went on and did a Batman. You could have done Aquaman. You could have done Wonder Woman. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 movies right there. Another Green Lantern Corps. That's 4 movies. Could have done a Flash, and you could have introduced Cyborg some kind of way. Well, Marvel doing their thing. It's competition. Well, it is. Chris say DC is keeping Marvel from doing it best because there's no competition. That's not really true because when DC decided to do Batman versus Superman, that's what Marvel said. Well, we gonna do Captain America versus Iron Man, Civil War. So they this competition. Just like they put Wonder Woman on Front Street, now Marvel is going to do Black Widow. After all this time, they should have been done Black Widow. I say they should have been done a Black Widow and a Nick Fury solo film, and let Hawkeye be supporting characters in both of those films. But now they got Wonder Woman. Now they want to push Captain Marvel down our throats, which is whatever. They keep on trying to push Captain Marvel like. They keep trying to push Captain Marvel into the same class with Superman and Wonder Woman and Captain America. They keep trying to give her this kind of rapport. She don't have rapport with the fans. That's just like if I introduce you to a guy and I say, this guy right here, this your best friend right here. But you got a best friend who you been doing for like, what up, Ghost Dog, what's happening? But you got a best friend who you knowing since elementary school. You and this dude and got in the fights together. Y'all and done all kind of stuff together. And I bring this guy, say, this your new best friend, this your homeboy, y'all. And you like, I don't know the guy. So that's what Captain Marvel is, the Marvel version of Captain Marvel is. They just keep pushing somebody in our face and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. But like I was saying, I would love to see James Gunn do either Suicide Squad or Justice League. Either one of those 2 movies, and then like I say, just the stuff that he bring in with ideas, that would influence the rest of the characters in DC. But like I say, DC, they ruined their own self. They wasted 3 years, and ain't nobody getting no younger. So you had 3 years to put out at least 6 movies between BVS and Man of Steel. So you could have Man of Steel plus 6 more movies plus BVS. That would have been 8 movies, 8 films. So after BVS, you could do a Justice League, and Suicide. I mean, all that stuff. Suicide Squad, Justice League, Wonder Woman. You can do it. You could be on Wonder Woman, the third Wonder Woman by now. Or anyway, DC wastes a lot of time. But the movie I really didn't like. I didn't really care for BVS. It just jumped all over the place. But I like Justice League. I can watch Justice League as a standalone movie. I watched it 3 times, I think. Did Marvel get the X-Men? I think Marvel gonna get their rights back. I don't really agree with Marvel buying the whole Fox. I would have loved if Marvel to say we want our properties back. We just give us our stuff back and I'll leave. My bias is not heavy. I like Justice League. It was a decent movie. It wasn't the best. But it was decent. And what made Justice League, like I say, but if you had had the other movies that laid the foundation for Justice League, it would have been good, because to me, you can't have a Justice League without Green Lantern, and you can't have a Justice League without Martian Manhunter. And DC, y'all need to do that. Y'all need to go ahead and do a Martian Manhunter movie. And if you can get a top-notch actor, Denzel Washington, to play John Jones, and like I say, Denzel, he don't do a lot of sequels. So if he just do that one movie, because Martian Manhunter's a shapeshifter, so let him do that one movie to set up Martian Manhunter. We can get another actor to do him. We can get another guy to play him. So yeah, but DC, like I say, James Gunn. I think James Gunn clean that whole thing up. And James Gunn got friends. The global consensus. Well, for one, Man of Steel is a better movie than a lot of these Marvel films. Man of Steel was a solid film. It was solid. Man of Steel was solid. BVS to me was garbage, and Justice League was okay. Wonder Woman was pretty good. So the best movie to me in the whole DC DCEU catalog, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, then Justice League was okay. And even though Suicide Squad was kind of sloppy, I like that movie. I like it. So like I said, now you got, so had DC done that, they could have been on a better standing than what they are now. Now also Marvel, with Avengers 4, they pretty much finna wrap up this current universe. So this right here, what DC can really strike it up. Because okay, we got one universe finna get ready to close out. I'm not saying Marvel will be done for good, but they get ready to close out. It's time for DC to ramp it up. That's true. Warner Bros. Got a big bank, so there's no excuse for the garbage they put out. Especially when Warner Bros. Do the best animated movies. The animated movies better than most real movies. What up, Mr. Macmillan? What's happening, player? So, like I say, I'm glad James Gunn got fired, because a lot of this stuff that you was talking about, Chris, he can fix that. Nah, I gotta work Monday, bro. I gotta work. So, a lot of this stuff James Gunn can sit down there and fix, because it's stuff it ain't too bad where it can't be fixed. You already got somewhat of a foundation already. You got Superman, you got Wonder Woman, you got Batman. You can go back and retroactively fix a lot of mistakes. You can add Green Lantern. You can explain where you been, what the Green Lantern Corps was. Yeah, Man of Steel was a good movie. Like, looking back, I was disappointed at first. Like, oh man, come on. Especially when you got these Marvel comedies, and I'm like, man of Steel, it was too serious. It was way too serious. But looking back, Man of Steel was a classic. It was a straight classic. Zack Snyder did that. But now Zack Snyder's a good director. He just need to be reined in. He need to be he need a babysitter. Like I say, if I ran Marvel, I'll say, hey Zack, I'll leave Zack as like a assistant director. I have him be like the guy. If I'm gonna cast somebody, I'll ask him his opinion. What actor would you use? Because Zack Snyder is impeccable when it comes to finding actors to play a role. That guy playing Cyborg, perfect. Henry Cavill, perfect. Gal Gadot, perfect. Ben Affleck, Batfleck, perfect. I didn't even like his Charles the Flash, but then I saw the movie, it was perfect too. They got Flash like kind of like a retard though. Yeah, DC animated movies are the bomb. Marvel animated movies are like they trash. They trash. But Marvel killed it on the movie side. The movies make $1 billion per pop, so Marvel killed it. You retcon what you need. Yeah, the DC TV shows are good too. You retcon what you need to retcon. Like I say, I would add in just like in an Aquaman movie, or like in Justice League, Aquaman, and in one line he retconned it. If you go back and watch Man of Steel, when the oil rig blew up and he was floating in the water, Aquaman pretty much said that he was there to save him from drowning. So that was like a slight retcon if you caught that. If I made a Martian Manhunter movie, like I say, I would have Martian Manhunter saying I would show him where when Superman's spaceship crashed on Earth, the first person on the scene was Martian Manhunter. He showed up first to see what was going on. He saw his little baby, so he let it go. And then I'll actually retcon it as to say, look, Martian Manhunter did like a mental scan, and he found that Kent's and mentally he called him over to that ship, said, hey, he's a little baby. You've been trying to make a baby. You can't make a baby. Here, you a baby. And he said, hey, these good people. So if you put it in a movie that Martian Manhunter is the reason why Superman was found by his parents, that's a big deal. Because Martian Manhunter's a telepath, so he can say, look, these people, they good people. They've been trying to have a baby for years. They can't have a baby. Here go a baby that need parents. Here go two people that need a baby. Bam. Martian Manhunter is an alien. He's an alien. He's from Mars. Basically, a Martian is basically on the level of a Kryptonian. But yeah. So you can retcon. I'll retcon that. I don't know how they'll retcon a Green Lantern. They might have said he was in a multiverse. They were trapped in another universe. I don't know what they could say about them. But 'cause a lot of stuff that happened is don't make no sense. Like, cause when Steppenwolf came to Earth, you could have used it. I mean, the Green Lantern should have been there. So they got to find an excuse for why the Green Lanterns weren't now. But man, I'm thinking about if James Gunn, Supergirl's too many lesbian scenes, not enough action. I quit watching Supergirl. When they start doing stuff that don't make no sense, I quit watching. And I liked that show at first. Like I say, Supergirl, Jimmy Olsen was just for to give her that dick, and then they just cut the whole thing off, and it just I stopped watching. But like I say, James Gunn left. Dave Bautista, he ready to leave. So you could bring the Bautista over to the DCEU. I don't know what character I give him to play, but you got Dave Bautista in the DCEU. You could probably get all those Guardians characters with the ones you want in the DCEU. You sure could. I mean, you might could get the guy that Chris Pratt, Star-Lord. You might get him to be your one of your Green Lanterns. He could probably be Guy Gardner. You can get like I say, I believe Dave Bautista, I think he about ready to quit. The guy that played Yondu, Michael Rooker, the blue alien, you get him to play Sergeant Army, the drill sergeant of the Green Lantern Corps. What a Rico, because Army was basically Yondu. He was Yondu in a Green Lantern costume. So now you got Michael Rooker back in the back under James Gunn. I mean, and James Gunn's so creative. He come up with so much stuff like, Chris, he's a novice. Chris don't really know a lot about comic books. I'm not saying that he can't have an opinion, But some of his opinions, they'll be a bad one. They'll be a bad idea. But like I say, he's a creative guy. Like I say, and then that DC is not is not really considered kid friendly. So his reputation for the jokes and stuff he was making, and I don't think it hurt too much, especially you put him on a property like Suicide Squad. If I was DC, I'd say, look, we're gonna put you on Suicide Squad, and that's a team full of criminals, bad people, and we're gonna get a director. We're gonna get you to do the Suicide Squad, and from now you can do what you want. Because once you do Suicide Squad, and pretty much give himself basically a soft reboot, he gonna do what he want. Because like I say, I'm laughing because I know he was making all these crazy. I ain't gonna repeat some of the jokes he was making, but he was making jokes about fucking people in the ass and shit, and he got fired for that. But look, shit, I wouldn't feel sorry for James Gunn, because James Gunn got fired, and Disney paid this nigga $7 million. I would love to get fired and get $7 million after I got fired. And don't forget, he made Guardians Part 1. So I wouldn't be surprised if nigga made he probably made about 5 or 10 million off the first Guardians movie, and now he got 7 million. He done 2 Guardians movies. So those first 2 Guardians movies, I wouldn't be surprised if James Gunn didn't, if he didn't pull down at least 15 million. Then before he was gonna start on Guardians 3, they paid him 7 more million. So shit, James Gunn is good. James Gunn is good in the hood. So they paid him $7 million to fire him, and they gonna keep his script. Like I say, not DC Comics. DC, I bet you this nigga, he just sat down with DC and they talked to him and say, look, man, what you want? What do you want? Because like I say, they need a nigga like that. And then when you have a good creative people, other creative people, they want to come work with them. Like, see, my choice would be Justice League, but that's my choice. But I think the best fit for him is Suicide Squad, because his movies basically are music videos. So he make these music videos for movies. The closest thing to a music video on the DC side, it was Suicide Squad. They use all his music. So I say Suicide Squad. That's gonna be his next thing. And like I say, Gilmore, and there's an even trade. I think Zack Snyder, he should go with Marvel and do like 1 or 2 movies. Like I would love to see him do a Thor movie, because his style is like his art style is really. I think he could really do good on a Thor movie, because he do all that gritty, grimy stuff on film. And if he don't, and it's another idea, I think I can take a note. Zack Snyder should make a Hitman movie. If you don't know who Hitman is, he's a DC Comics character. He almost like DC Comics version of the Punisher, except he got telepathy, and he got X-ray vision, which is funny. But it was a story called, I think the Blood something. I forgot, the Bloodborne. I can't remember the name of it. Basically, these aliens, they came to Earth, and they was sucking the blood out of human spines, and most humans died when they did that, but some humans end up living. So Hitman was one of those humans who got bit by these aliens, but what it did, it woke up his meta gene. So he was a trained mercenary, and now he's got the power of X-ray vision, and he got telepathy, so he can read your mind and all this stuff. And I think Zack Snyder, that'd be a good movie for him to do, Hitman. And then you can do it as a low budget film as far as superhero movies go, because it's just a guy with a gun shooting people. And Zack Snyder, man, he can make simple action scenes look good, like that scene when Batman mom and daddy got killed in the alley. He did a slow motion bullet hitting the ground. I mean, I can see him really doing something with Hitman. And like I say, a movie like Hitman, it wouldn't take that much time. I'm glad to see Wesley Snipes return his Blade. I'm glad to see that. If they gonna do right by Blade, so we gonna see what Marvel gonna do, but they need to do right by Blade. But a movie like Hitman, that would be like a fast turnaround time because you don't have to do a bunch of special effects and CGI, and it's not a whole bunch of superhuman fights in it, and you could have. Did they what up, Darren? Did they show Shazam in the Justice League movie? Yeah, Darkseid. They should have showed. Well, I don't think they really had to show Darkseid, but they would have been good because they already showed the Omega symbol, so you can give a heads up. But I think they should did more with Stepping. Yeah, all right. My phone. DC just give a villain a straight up film, like a Joker and a Penguin film, and let it make the film all about them going around doing a villain stuff, or have them going up against another crime syndicate to see who's gonna be the boss. And a Black Adam film, get him a film. DC got the best villains. I mean, they can make straight up villains film. They can make a whole film. So they got the best villains. They got the best villains. But I might come back and do another video on this channel. I just want to do a live video instead of going to my other channel and just talking and talking. But I want to come on this channel. All right, I'm buffering real bad.